Did you like it though? Did you?
Double
Is
tap.
the Senior Bowl like an important part of the evaluation for you? Does it like really change things?
I just like to be able to, since Mobile is actually close to me, why not come down here and, put my eyes on, future NFL players since I have the opportunity, It's not that big of a deal. Now, I do give you a bump if you stand out. I give you a bump if you stand out there.
Right.
You know, like
I think it's good for DBs,
McConkey.
receivers.
McConkey. You can go ahead and give him the bump. You gotta
Did
go ahead
you
and give him
say?
the bump. I wasn't even a fan like that. But look, I'll go check. Oh, who is this 84 cat? Oh no, this McConkey again. Oh no.
Nah, he's the NFL's type. You know, like
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna
he
do
gonna
all
get he
the.
gonna get second round. He gonna get second round, high third round draft capital. I'm sure.
Yeah, That's what I thought he was though. I thought he was a day two pick because I knew he was gonna run fast. Like he's definitely gonna run fast. Um, but I think the question mark for him is more so the size, right, and how he performs in environments like the Senior Bowl, where he's one on one against other very mature players, and you get to see the versatility, right? Like, can he play outside, or is he strictly going to be restricted to the slot? A bunch of different things. But he came in at, I think, I want to say like 5'10" and like 187, which I think is good, for what you want to do with that kind of player. And he's doing well in the Senior Bowl. So I think he can't. So I think that probably puts him in the second round, but that's the highest he can go. I don't think there's a team out there who's going to put a first round
Oh
on
no,
this
I don't
guy.
think
Not in
so.
this class. Not in this class. Because
Um,
even with as much as well as he's doing now, do you? I still take Troy Franklin over him.
yeah, yeah.
I still take Brian Thomas over him. Like all those underclassmen, still taking all of them over him.
Now there are some people that was measuring was supposed to be 6'3", and then they showed up there 2 inches, 3 inches short, and of course they dropped down on my board.
They shouldn't have.
Oh no, I'm no sorry. I'm sorry. I give you a bump if you 6'3".
Oh my gosh.
If you will show up and be 6'1", 6 foot, that's gonna get taken away. Rashard Bateman,
So
that's gonna
right,
get
I get
taken
Rashad. I get Rashad because look, they have Rashad at like 6'2", 210. Miz came in at like 6 foot 195. It's like whoa, right? That's not. That's not. Um, you go like if there was tiers in size, 6'2", 210. That's big. 6 feet 195. That's average, right? But if you're talking about a guy like Xavier Leggett or Leggett, however you say it, he go from 6'3", he's really 6'1". That's still tall, right? That's not little, is what I'm saying. And then he's 220 something. Like he's still a big dude, bro. Like he's still big. So I'm
He's
not
still
gonna
1 year of
knock him for that.
production.
Hmm?
She's still 1 year of production.
Yeah, I
Like I
mean,
said, I give.
what I'm saying is his size being 6'1", 220 versus like 6'3", 225. It
Matter of
doesn't.
fact, that's one person that dropped. He one person. He was the main one. His hands are smaller than 9 inches.
Smaller.
Smaller is 8, 7/8. 8 inches, 7/8. So I gave him a knock for that. And I give any wide receiver a bump that's over 6'3". I had to take him down for that. So he dropped.
Wait, you
He
give
took a
wide
little
receivers
bump.
a bump for being over 6'3"?
Oh hell yeah!
Why?
And if you are athletic, high successful contested catcher, I can give you another bump.
I get
I
that.
will. It rarely ever happens, but
I
you
get
know.
that. That's a like that's actually a football thing. So that makes sense to me.
But catch radius, height, all that. You know that passes and that kind of stuff. When 6'3", you will have a longer catch radius than the most. Wider, not
So
longer,
it,
like catch radius.
it also makes if you're a 6 foot wide receiver, and you're in the NFL, you have good athleticism. The quarterbacks that are throwing to you, it shouldn't require those extra 2 inches on your catch radius because it's already a lot. You know what I mean? When you're 6 feet. So put it this way, and his when I started doing models, at least for size and athleticism, I would think about, okay, well, who are the best receivers in the game today, and what are their size and athleticism looks like, right? I see 1 out of 10 out of the top 10 that's 6'3" or over. Most of them are around 6 foot, 6'1". So I'm trying to figure out, does it like to give them an extra bump when they hit 6'3"?
The question is, does size matter? Are you
Yeah, it
cool?
does.
Are you cool with? If you cool with a wide receiver being 5'8",
Size does matter. No, I'm not cool with a wide receiver being 5'8". All right. So are you telling me the taller you get, the better you'll be? Because there should be like a range, right? Where you're like, okay, once you close into this range, once you get within inside this radius, you have the possibility to be the likelihood of you being elite goes from here to here. And it's just not the same when you get to 6'3", is what I'm saying. Is normally like 5'11" to 6'2". Like, okay, if you can fit in between that, then your chances of being elite skyrockets. Like
what's your favorite? What's your favorite wide receiver?
my favorite, that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite wide receiver is Devontae Adams right now. It's playing right now. But
Okay. So if I told
who's
you,
my favorite doesn't matter, right? Like
if
it's
I
it's
told
who.
you he would keep the same athleticism, same skill set, and I made him 6'3", will you be better or worse?
No. Wait, you think Devontae Adams would be better if he was 6'3"?
I thought you said Smith.
I
You said
said,
Devontae
yeah,
Adams.
yeah.
Before you said Smith.
It don't matter. They
I don't
both
know.
like Devontae. I think
Let's,
Devontae like 6 feet,
go.
and
Let's go with Devontae Smith. He kept the same skill set, same athleticism, and I made him 6'3". Would he be better or worse?
he'd be like his talent would be the same. That's what I'm trying to say. Like your height doesn't make you
You
talented.
so you believe it would not make him better?
No, your height doesn't make you a better. It doesn't make you. It doesn't do anything to your skill set. Like the height doesn't give you better hands. Your height doesn't make you faster. It doesn't do anything for you outside of um helps you stack
It'll
up.
give you a higher
Now you stack
vertical.
up. Wait, hold on. It does. It helps you stack up to where the against your competition, right? So
It'll
if
give
I'm
you
if
higher
if a
vertical.
corner is lined up against me, unless they're 6'3", it's not really going to affect me because when you're
It'll
talking
give
about
you a larger catch radius.
It doesn't give you a height or vertical. If I jump 38 inches as I'm 5'9", I jump 38 inches as I'm 6'1". It doesn't matter. Like that, it doesn't give my vertical higher. It doesn't make
What
my
are you
vertical higher.
talking about?
You said it
If
gives you
you
a higher
jump,
vertical.
if you jump and touching something, how are you not gonna get more being whatever inches more? What are you talking about?
That's not what you said. You said it gives you a higher vertical. That's
I
not
said it.
true. Like,
I just gave you example. I said it would give Devontae Smith a higher vertical. It would give him a
right.
higher catch, a larger catch radius. I'm like, so what are you saying? What do you
Wait,
mean
wait,
is
wait.
not going to make him better? How are you
It's
trying to
not going.
argue that point?
Look, because balls also get dropped. Balls also get thrown to the floor. Most balls are going to be thrown lower than they are higher. The ones that are catchable anyway, right? So the taller you are, the harder it is to get those balls that are low. So it's not like it, and again, it's only is relative to your competition. You don't have 6'3" corners out there. So if you're 6 foot, you're probably taller than most corners. If you're 6'1", you're definitely taller than most corners,
And if
right?
you're
So like, it's
6'3",
just
you can just say throw it up.
well. So how come every 6'3" receiver isn't in the Pro Bowl? And how come when we look, I'm just saying like scratch, take all
I'm
our
just
feelings
making
out of it.
that's why I'm not going that point. I'm going if we grab this guy and make him 6'3", give him this
Hmm.
bump. Is he get better or worse or staying the same? If you argue staying the same, use a lot.
All right. So who's the best wide receivers in the game?
You tell me.
I'm gonna take all my opinion out of it. I'm just gonna look at the guys who scored the most points: C.D. Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown, Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, Jamar Chase, and DJ Moore. I count out of those 12, Michael Pittman. I could have swore I seen Mike Evans in here. Hold up. Did I say Mike Evans?
I don't remember his name, Mike Evans, but I know
Oh
he's
no.
tall.
Yeah, he's
Looks
like
like
6'5". All right, here you
4.
go. Oh, I'm sorry. Those guys ain't even in it. It's okay. My bad. That was receptions. These are points. Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Stephon
You
Diggs,
named
Keenan
2
Allen,
all
Mike
of that.
Evans, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Puka Nakua, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb. So I count Mike Evans, Nico Collins. They're 6'3". There's two guys out of the top 12 wide receiver ones. That is less than 10%,
Okay.
right? And so I'm like, is 6'3". It just doesn't sound like 6'3" is the number that it should be. That's going to be like,
For
okay, give him a
me,
boost.
I give them a bump if they're over 6'3". Just like I give them
Right.
a bump if they do it extremely fast shuttle. You do a sub 4 shuttle, I'm gonna give you a bump.
Right. And
That usually correlate with wide receivers.
right. So, but here's the thing: are you taking with that number? You're taking successful wide receivers and noticing that they have good short shuttles, right?
Huh.
Yeah. So you're not doing the same thing with height. You're not taking the good wide receivers and noticing that they're all 6'3". Look, you got your process, bro. I'm just
My process
for
works for
them to
me.
get a bump. I'm just like they six
My
three, they six
process
three,
works for
fine, but
me.
mm, only
Because
one guy here
it,
is 5.
it, it usually goes with their game, because they're not going to get the same. They're not going to get counted for the same things the other person get. A lot of people that's taller, they're not going to separate. They're not going to horizontally separate on the field. They're going to you separate instead. It's just making sure they get a bump in there and try to even out their score, their prospect score.
Yeah, but don't
But
you give him points for contested catching?
you got to be a very good contested catcher for me to give you a bump on contested catches. I really don't like giving people bumps for contested catches because I would rather you separate. Like I
That makes
really
sense, actually. That makes sense.
I want you to separate. So unless you a very good contested catcher, I'm not giving you a bump for
All right.
it.
So are you gonna do some work on my boy Kendall Milton?
Yeah, but I told you what he most likely gonna end up. You
You
know,
see, I think that's messed
glancing,
up.
just glancing. Unless the tape blows me away, I told you about the range he will end up. The tape would have to blow me away.
The tape gonna blow you away.
I
It's gonna be better than
know one thing. I'm afraid out of my mind on his pass catching though, because 12, 12 total passes for it. Lord, gee.
yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know
So I'm a,
how bad I need to like knock him for that. like God.
I ain't mad at you. I will say when you watch his tape, you'll see him catch the ball, and it won't look like it's a task. You know what I mean? It looks very natural to him. And another thing, he's a very good pass blocker. Right? If you look at all the pass blocking, if you look at all the running backs
Oh God. Here
that
we
you
go.
have, what?
It's like last year was trying to find every reason possible to tout O'Shawn Johnson, and that was the main thing. He's a good, he's a good pass blocker. Guess
I
what?
think it
If
matters,
you're not
man.
catching passes, you better be a good blocker. You better be able to be a good pass blocker if you can't catch the passes.
Nah, I get it, but it's just like, who do you trust to have in on passing downs, right? Like, and if you saying like, okay, well, we never want this person in on passing downs, and we like you're kind of telling the defense, okay, they're definitely not going to run the ball here, right? So if you have somebody that you're confident in running in on passing downs, regardless if they're going out for the ball or not, you don't tip what you're going to do. I think it's a football thing. I think it does matter to a certain degree, but I do think Deonta Foreman is one of the better pure runners in the league. We had this conversation last year. And apparently Khalil Herbert isn't that bad either. It was just a bad situation for Roscoe. It should be better if because Herbert not going nowhere. Foreman, his contract is up, so maybe it's better for him now. Anywho, you're gonna like his tape, man. You're really gonna like his tape. Just like a very natural, smooth runner, good instincts, and he's strong. He runs real strong. I can't imagine him not being. He'd have to be behind Derrick Henry not to get the goal line work.
You know who Matt Hicks is?
Matt Hicks.
Yeah, the guy that do Debbie work in the community.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I know he is touting this guy Cody Schrader. How you feel about him?
I
Don't say
like his
who. Don't
story.
give me another who.
No, no, no. That's a running back from Missouri, which I know me for running
Okay.
backs. If I never heard of you, do I follow recruiting, like high school recruiting? So, like, if I never heard of you, I'm like, what's going on, right? Never heard of this guy, but he goes into Missouri, which a lot of people don't know is an SEC school. And this is the same school that
As
like
a walk on, right?
they won like 10 games.
So
They had talent. So there's a lot of talent on that team. They're pulling in like number one recruits at their positions. with recently, and I think they wiped the
So if there was
floor.
a
Who they
certain
wiped
thing
the
that
floor with in that bowl game? Ohio State, I think. Ugh, it was ugly. Um, and so when you're on a team like that, and I'm looking at his numbers, I'm like, damn, 1,400 yards, something like that, something crazy like that. And I'm looking at his yards per carry, his missed tackles. I'm like, yo, I need to like. He's somebody that there's two things that are happening. Like you look at a guy play, and you're like, oh wow, he's good. Then you go look at his analytics. And then there's sometimes you're just looking at analytics and somebody pops out to you like, damn, I gotta go watch him play, right? And that's who Corey Schrader is for me.
what analytics popped out?
Hmm?
What analytics popped out for him?
Well, I'm not sure about the analytics, but I was just looking at his raw numbers, like his
Okay, because I'm about to say, I when I I marked him down for negative for more stuff I did positive. I
mm,
mean, I'm pretty sure if there was a such thing as a dog rating, I'm sure it's sky high, 150, whatever it is for dog rating. Because for you to go on
mm,
a walk on in the FEC, you that dude. You got
yeah,
the dog.
not
But
just go
5'8", 0 star, played 6 years. That's a lot of red flags for me.
That's nasty.
A lot of red flags for me.
Wait, the height is a red flag for you?
5'8", yeah, a
Really?
small one, but don't act like height ain't a problem in running back, cause guess what? If my boy that went to the Dallas was 6 foot tall, probably would have been a second round pick.
Who?
Oh boy, that went to the Dallas, the short guy.
Oh yeah, but he's also light.
What? Duh, how heavy he supposed to be when he 5'5"? How heavy you want him to
Nah,
be?
all
Let me
right,
know.
man. Here's the thing. Maurice Jones-Drew, he was like 5'6", but he was like 200, 205. Like that's stocky, bro. Like that's a real fucking thick, meaty dude, right? Like 5'6" and 205 pounds. Like that's up there. And he ran a 4.3. So it's just like how do you like Maurice Jones-Drew was him, is him, all that and above, right? So, but when you Deuce Vaughn and you 5'5", 5'6", and you only 170 something, and you ran a 4.4, but it's not a 4.3, like you know what I mean? It's not something that if your size really separates you from and makes you an outlier, then your athleticism should too, just to balance it out, right? But like it's dudes that got 50 pounds on him that's running the 4.4, that's running the same type of speed he is. Now, so for height doesn't really matter to me as much for running backs, especially if they're athletic and do all the other things right. But like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", I don't care about that. I think Marshawn Lloyd is 5'9". Like, okay.
You start getting knock at he's getting the 5'9" for me. But this Cody Schroeder guy, only 3 yards per catch, 3 yards after contact. That's decent. That ain't great. Elusive rating horrible. 57.
Terrence, Terrence,
What?
my man had almost 300 carries in the SEC and goddamn put up 1,600 yards in the SEC. That's different. We got to pay attention to that.
Okay, how many yards he got per carry? Like, I
5.8.
mean, yeah, so he didn't even hit my 6 mark.
Yeah.
5 point 8 decent. He ain't hit the 6. He hit my
All right.
6 mark. I guess.
Who hits your 6 mark? Let's go down the line. Who hits your 6 mark?
Let's see. You know what running back classes is, so ain't as many people as you thought. Bucky Irvin, he hit it. Jalen Wright, Blake Corn. No, Blake Corn did not. Jonathan Brooks. Um,
All right, I'm gonna stop you there. So
Estimate or whatever his name.
I'm gonna stop you there because half of them, actually, I think only one of them are playing in the SEC. That's Jalen Wright, and he did not have 207 something carries. Right, like if 6 is the mark, then I get it. I actually like that as a marker, but I need to have some type of context, especially if my man is only point 0.2 away. Like if you're playing an SEC against the most talented athletic defenses in the country, I need to put a little asterisk next to your name or
But,
something, right? Like
but guess what? Go balance it out because this is just my prospect score. Guess what? Go balance it out when he gets the draft capital. But guess what?
look, we
If you
already
don't get
said
the
we're not gonna
draft
talk about
capital,
that no more.
no, I'm just saying I'm gonna care about a lot of other players before I care about him.
Yeah, but okay, so let's say it's him. You're in the draft. You're in your rookie draft. You want to run it back. It's him or I don't know, whatever, another guy. But he meets your 6 mark, but he played in the Big 12. Like of all the Power Five conferences, they probably have the worst defenses. If all their metrics are the same, like they got the same grades, but that's the only thing that's different. This guy hits the 6, and Schrader doesn't. Same athleticism, same all that, same grades. I'm liable to pick Schrader.
There's not no guy in here that match up that well to him. I mean, and I'm not saying he's bad. I just mentioned this. I just mentioned his red flags, but I mean, he has some. Of course, he has some good things. High pass catcher,
Dog. He dogged
high pass
Tennessee.
catcher. Got better each year.
Yeah.
I saw the vision. Decent footwork. He was a Dope Walker Award finalist,
Oh my
but
God.
but I didn't. I didn't. When I looked at his tape, I didn't fall in love with it. I didn't like it. Like I didn't fall for it when I seen it. Like I didn't have eyes for him
Right.
as a player.
Yo,
As a player, yeah, I just
he
he ain't
had
stand out for
200
me.
yards, 200 yards against Tennessee. He had he averaged over 5 yards a carry against Georgia, UGA, and had 100 yards on them. Like that shit don't happen. You know what I mean? Like, and I've never seen him play at all. But these are things that kind of pop out to me. I'm looking like maybe I gotta check this guy out.
Yeah, you might need to. Go, oh boy, had him high. I'm talking about like he might have been 3 or 5. It was pretty high. He was in top 5.
Is Hicks the analytics dude? You got some
Don't
some
know.
guys has like lean analytics and some guys that lean film
I
and all that
don't
other stuff.
know. I'm not sure. I don't hear him talking about like because he got a partner, and his partner feel like he got a model like me. So I
hmm
can tell that he's on the analytics side. When it hits,
I don't
more so know
I
the
don't be liking
story.
y'all
And
models, man, because y'all models do not account for, like context sometimes, and it be
but my
bugging the
model
shit
goes
out of
for
me.
work for me.
I hear you. I don't care. I'm talking about me.
And it's
And
about and it's
we need to
also
have we need
a
to
model
have
set up for fantasy football because so usually it correlates with them being good with football, but the main thing is correlating fantasy points. That's the main thing is correlating. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it. I'm just trying to figure out like some things that are I feel like are important that the whole NFL world thinks about or the whole football world, including you guys that make models. Y'all know this is a factor. Y'all know this, but I just feel like it might be difficult to quantify, so we just leave it out. I'm like, dog, it's got to be a way that we can factor in level of competition. Like somebody was like, "Oh,
I
target
give a small bump for playing in the SEC. I give a small bump.
right." I saw something the other day. Somebody said target share percentage is a bullshit stat, and I'm just like, how? And then they show me a screenshot of like the dudes that led in target share. I think James Prochet was like number two in this year, and it was the year Michael Pittman got drafted. And it's like out of the eight dudes that are there, only three of them hit. So it's like, eh. But then I'm looking, I'm like, if you take out everyone that didn't play in the Power Five, it would be Michael Pittman, um, some other kid that hit, and Justin Jefferson. Those would be the only three. So it's like,
And that's how a model is created.
right, but like
That's
you
how a
have to
model is
factor
created.
for sure. But that's why you have to factor in
But what I'm
those
saying, that'll end
competitions.
up being your model, and then you'll, pick it how you want, and then it end up being your model, and it'll be more, you'll be more right than wrong.
Why do you hate change? Why do you hate being better?
I'm always changing, bro.
I just gave you a
I'm,
perfectly good, reasonable
I'm always
evidence.
changing,
Like
bro.
it don't
My
have to be
model
just
change,
the
my model
SEC.
changes every year, man. My models change every year, man. I'm always trying to get better.
All right, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Peace.